I'm back. Ugh. Oh, that was so unlucky on that timing, Bruce. Oh, fuck me. Thank you for the raid. I hope you had a great stream. I'm sorry. I did take Tetra out. There's a resub, Cat, and Super Goose, and Bug. Oh, you're still here, thank God. Thank you for that, man. Appreciate the raid. I hope you had a great stream. How long were you gone? I was only gone like 4 minutes. Tetra just had to go out. Is it Prime Koi? What's that, Peanuts? Is that another statement? Is it Prime Lucas? And Phantom? A tweet from the second Beyond the Summit member from the call between Alan and Ken. Let's see. Okay, so this is from someone that was in that call, that now infamous call in Alan's statement. The way I see it, Alan called us and tried to insinuate that he was slam dunk going to get all the TOs on Panda Cup and that Nintendo was requiring streams to be on Panda Cup channels because that way they could have greater degree of control over the content therein. We pushed back, had existing broadcasting agreements with them, and any agreement short of them buying us out of the agreements would be directly damaging to us. 3 days later, Alan says Nintendo wants to talk to us about the legality of tournament broadcasts on our channel. So this was the other person in there? Oh. Real evidence. Actual real evidence for the first fucking time tonight. Like, this is proof that this guy is who he claims to be and was in this call at the very least. Of course, what was said on the call could very much be a lie, but I noticed my webcam's blocking it there. But that's good. That's a good start. We have an actual receipt here to prove that this guy was on this call and he is corroborating what now 2 people are saying. Right now, Alan is the only one amongst an entire community of TOs that are all coming out at the same time, even TOs that weren't mentioned in Alan's documents coming out to go against him. Even when they didn't have to, even when they had no horse in the race, they just all had a negative experience. This guy was on the call and is claiming that the threat of like getting Nintendo involved was a real thing that happened. That is now 2 people making the exact same claim from the same call. Like that feels pretty substantial. When it's hearsay on both sides, like that seems important. There's more that cheat talked about. This, by the way, is something Nintendo walked back immediately. When Alan talks about concessions he made to the Panda Cup tournaments on this shit, it comes after Nintendo had calls with them, had calls with all your favorite tournaments and realized he was scaring the ever-loving fuck out of them. That is an interesting statement because that ties into something Smash World Tours briefly mentioned in their statement that Nintendo was having an internal investigation against Alan's behavior. That checks out with a statement made by Smash World Tour's initial statement. There's the Prime Polo Man and the resub Connor. Thanks to the Prime Neptune. A lot to mentally keep track of. I know. Well, it's actually really not. There's only one perspective that has no support behind it in terms of other people in the scene, and that's Alan's. Alan released his statement, and every TO in the scene right now, even ones not associated with the named ones in Alan's statement, have come out against him, talking about how manipulative and untrustworthy he was in their conversations with him being very bad. Like, everyone is against Alan, at least in this scene. Like the TOs, the tournament organizers, none of them are agreeing with anything Alan has said at all. Deer, a TO working with both Panda and VGBC, confirmed Alan threatened to shut down Smash World Tour last year. Holy shit. Jesus Christ. How... Literally every tournament organizer in all of Smash right now is coming out against Alan after his statement. He blew the floodgate open. I can corroborate that at Summit in November 21, I was verbatim told that Smash World Tour won't exist anymore, so being involved in both circuits was not something I'd have to worry about. And this is someone that has worked with both Panda and what was it? Panda and VGBC? Look at the bit's vegan. Yes, I know vegan. We talked to them about that the entire way. Was there evidence for anything besides responses on Twitter? As much as I want to believe the TOs, it's been hard to take anything at face value. Well, no, because it's all hearsay. Except for Mikey. Mikey's the only one right now that's posted a screenshot of him being in that call that was where the threat was made. Like, allegedly where the threat was made. He has confirmed he was in a call with them that is mentioned in all of the statements from Alan and Ken. But in Alan's statement, there is also no evidence of anything other than hearsay. The whole thing is built up on hearsay, except the initial statement from Smash World Tour, which has the actual facts from Nintendo. They have evidence from Nintendo, but everything else is hearsay. Did you see the Yeah, we already looked at Bobak's thread. Thanks for the 5 gift subs, Leos. Appreciate it, man. Just buy Panda shares and join both teams together. Yeah, I'll ask Lud if he wants to go 50-50 on buying Alan's shares, and then we'll be able to hopefully do something good with the Nintendo relationship. That would actually be unironically super fucking hype, I'm not gonna lie. Hey Connor, good to see you, man. You're loving this, aren't you? Actually, not at all. I think this is the worst thing that could have happened to the Smash scene. I couldn't imagine a more disastrous... Well, actually, I could. Another one of those, like, pedophile gates. But, like, aside from that, I couldn't imagine a second worse thing quite like this. Thanks to the bits, janitor. So this is also from Deer again. Someone that has worked with both Panda and VGBC. In the same meeting, he mentioned one day hoping to buy/own Battle of BC and the events on the Cup. That's what triggered me to be wary of him from the jump. I think Bobak has captured things well. Bobak being the Genesis TO. Thanks to resub, Noah. When does God Slap 2 start selling? Hey, fuck yeah, I'm glad to hear that you're so hyped. 12 hours from now it goes up. Deadass, you could save Smash by buying the Panda shares and using Nintendo Bridge for good. That, I mean, again, that'd be very expensive. On like, no doubt about that. And there's no telling if Panda or if Nintendo wants to even honor that relationship going forward. Because after all this, I think there's a very real chance they back out entirely and never come back. Which is why I think this whole situation is fucking terrible. Exit tier 1 glue and the resub Velmond. I don't think white people think Nintendo are going to get involved. There's been more intense shit like the pedo stuff that they looked over. Bro, Nintendo is like a family branded entertainment company. They're not going to come take a hardline stance about like pedophiles that play their games. That just shines a light on it and it'd be worse for them. I never expected them to do anything. Anyone that did was out of their mind. I mean, maybe I toyed around with the idea like, man, this is so big Nintendo might get involved, but in the back of our heads, I'm sure we all knew they wouldn't. Yeah, I already watched Kadoran's clip. Nintendo might not think about ever being partners after this. Again, that's what I've been saying. That's what I'm most concerned with. Only company that wants people to stop playing their games. I know. I know. Nintendo partnerships has just been, hey, let us run ads at your tournament. They've never been invested in the Smash. Uh, they've never invested into Smash at all competitively. And that's fine. Just having their blessing, knowing that they won't get shut down, is actually just good enough. It'd be great if they put money behind it, or production behind it, or a team behind it, but like that's not even necessary. Just having their blessing. Like, we are official partners. You're not getting shut down. Like, this is fucking good enough. He's a prime clown. New slime tweet. Okay. A week later, I had to walk the verbal offer back and say we're going with VGBC. We had discussions where Ken frankly but cordially said he was very disappointed and didn't like how negotiation was handled. That Ken is completely at odds with the Ken and Allen statement. Okay. So Slime is replying to TO from BT. Genesis. This was the head TO for Genesis. And he was coming out to defend Kin's character, saying that what Alan's saying about Kin makes no sense with the Kin that I've talked to. Even in the most heated of times, Kin had never done anything quite even close to the level that Alan said. And now this is Slime saying the same thing. I was in these meetings and can confirm we were bummed about the walk back, but didn't throw a hissy fit and ended up working with Genesis the next year. Do you think Alan wasn't expecting the people Do you think Alan wasn't expecting people to tear this essay apart? I don't know what he was expecting. I really don't. It's, again, if he put any level of real thought into it, he would not have published this. I think you can pick apart this however you want. At the end of the day, there's no evidence, like even from everyone coming forward to defend the character of other people, there isn't evidence to corroborate that other than their own experience. Which there is an overwhelming amount of support for Kin, whom Alan calls out directly as being a piece of shit or the boogeyman doing all these horrible things, Everyone has come out to defend Kin. No one said anything quite like Alan or even close about Kin. And there's also been an overwhelming flood of people to come out to shit on Alan. People that weren't even named in this statement. People that Alan actually named as a positive experience have come out and said, actually, Alan was a terrible experience for us. We don't like him. He's a snake. But again, it's all hearsay. But there is one factually wrong statement that he makes that is a blatantly incorrect lie. And I just don't think that should be overlooked. You can feel however you want to feel about his claims and whatever about VGBC and BTS. That's all totally fine, because it's going to be up to you as an individual and how you feel about it. But he makes one just blatantly wrong lie about it not being booked, it never having existed, about how he believed that the Smash World Tour was a gambit that they may not have even planned on actually doing. He then says that they didn't have a block. That is wrong. You can go on the Marriott's website right now, which we already did, and they have an entire block called Smash World Tour Fans and Friends. It's just a lie. Was his other claim backed up by evidence? No, there is no evidence for his claims. It is just hearsay. His screenshots are him confirming like conversations he's had. Like, oh, they didn't join us. They didn't join us this time. We gave them a carrot. They said no, they don't want to join. Like he's showing screenshots where he doesn't freak out or anything, but that's not evidence to disprove anything that was been talked about. Don't forget he doesn't know LD apparently. That is another thing that is just blatantly, I can't even call it blatantly a lie because it's so ridiculous. This just had to be some kind of brain fart. This is another thing in his statement that is just completely unbelievable that it would even be in here. He says he doesn't know who LD is, yet praises Beyond the Summit, which is LD's company, as one of the fucking key members of BTS since the beginning. He would know who LD is. I don't think the hotel is evidence that could be created by fans for rooms. No, like the block is there though. Like on the Marriott's site, it is booking through them for the Smash World Tour event. Can you start that as a normal person? Because not only that, but all of the travel was booked and stipend for like players and stuff. But like on the actual Marriott, you can actually book a room for that event. For the fans and friends bundle. I don't know how that works. I don't know if you can do that as an individual. That seems like something only the hotel would be able to do. That seems very dangerous if you give people the power to make their own bookings on their fucking hotel. Here is yet another... What is this? Oh no, this is just someone in the space. This is not a TO. This is again just another... name to add to the pile of people talking about and corroborating statements against Alan. Since one of the TOs has mentioned it publicly now, I've heard from nearly every major TO say that Alan talked about wanting to buy out the rights to their tournament brand. His goal was to own the entire ecosystem. This is like the fucking 10th or 15th TO saying the exact same thing. He's a prime Caleb. He's a prime Carson and the Bits Plutonian. Is this lore for Warhammer Dark Tide? Yeah. I work in hotels. You have to go through the group desk department to make those kind of bookings. So it is like an official booking? Well, hold on, what was your name? Jax. So, like, the Smash World Tour fans... Here, let me just pull it up. It'll be much easier. Oh my god, I've opened so many fucking tabs. Okay, I don't feel like strolling that far back. On the site for the Marriott, it was the Smash World Tour fans and family booking. Like That was where you were booking at that Marriott for that event, and then you book your rooms under it. Is that something that needed to go through the hotel officially as like, yes, we have this event, and here's how you book it? Or is that something that anyone could have set up? Oh, it was fans and friends? I thought it was fans and family. Oh, here. Hold on, Jax. This. Thanks for the link, Silver. Yeah, this is what it is on the site, on the Marriott for this event. Wait, why is it saying temporarily unable to display the information? You give me a dead link? No, it's not working for me. It's saying it can't display it. I'd already pulled it up once on stream, so it's in the VOD. Voice crack. It's in the VOD regardless. But anyway, Jax, everything I described, is that something that anyone can do, like on the official Marriott site, or does that have to be from the hotel with the event booked? I didn't see what you said. Yes, you'd have to talk to them on the phone, block a certain amount of rooms at a specific price point for the people coming in. It takes time and a bunch of paperwork. Okay, that makes sense. That's how I thought it would be. But chat seemed to think anyone could do it. I just wanted a little more confirmation. Of course, I can't confirm you actually work at a hotel. But, I mean, it's better than just saying, no, anyone can make it a booking on Marriott under any name. That seems weird. Like booking an event at the Marriott under any name. Plus, it also seems like a lot of work to have done in less than an hour. Thanks for the bits, Bob. Link works now. I'm already over it. I don't need to pull it up. I got rejected twice. I already pulled it up once. Maybe he didn't lie. He was just misinformed. That's not like, but you can't be here. One of your first statements being a provable lie immediately cast doubt on the rest of your claims. It's not really an excuse. It says it was paid and booked back in November, so it wasn't even made recently. Huge. He's a prime vab. We really would love to know when you're finishing Devil Me. Oh, is Jackson streaming? I'm down to finish it soon. Like, can do it tomorrow. Oh, Jackson's not even streaming. Where did you... Why are you saying we? Yeah, I'm down to finish it soon. We. Why hasn't anything been done about Alan till now? Did Nintendo know about this and just not care? Well, I can tell you why they wouldn't do anything about it. Like, Ken even alludes to it here. It's just a disaster for the scene. Had all of this information about Alan come out, that's terrible for everybody. It's bad for the whole scene. You don't want that. Like I said, the Smash orgs have always had this At least as I understand it, this you succeed, we succeed mentality, because it's all grassroots. When one is succeeding, it is helpful for all the other ones around it. So you don't want to see one crash and burn because that hurts everybody around you. So of course they wouldn't want to come forward with some kind of like expose on Allen and him overstepping his line. He's gonna give Sib Carson. Main stage TOs ate well because of this though. Viewership was the same, man. The viewership was still at 40 to 50, well 40 to 60K ballpark, which is great viewership. But yeah, they got a lot more people to go to it that canceled Panda. That is true. Smash viewership has been very consistent recently, and it's only been going up steadily. Pretty much every major averages between 30 to 50K. In all of the ones I've watched over the last year. Shit. The most recent summit, I think it was, went up to like 80. He's a tier 1 James. Genesis and Evo used to hit 100K before COVID. Yeah, that makes sense. Thanks to Prime. Chorpug. Thanks to Resub Spooky. No, you think Technical's banned Nairo shit is a part of this? He was able to get into a VGBC event because they had no security, super irresponsible to not be checking people as they come in. He would have been able to do that at any esports event ever. All he did was just go in a disguise. What are they going to do? Pull the hat off him and check? Like, I certainly don't think that was at any point a reason for health and safety concerns from Nintendo. I've been to quite a few esports events, and it's usually they check your bag, they check your ID. Do you have a ticket? All good on all this? Go right in. Like, it's not like he was on the FBI's most wanted list or anything. He's just, at the end of the day, he is just a guy they didn't really want there, but went anyway. Like, it's not like the security's gonna have like a fucking wanted poster behind him with like a bounty. And they just somehow made a huge mistake by letting him in. That absolutely had nothing to do with the health and safety concerns. This is a tweet from a Panda employee. Is this a new one? Because we had one from earlier. Okay, let's bring this one in. Last Friday, Panda had an internal town hall meeting where Alan spoke to us, and many of us had the chance to speak in the call and ask questions. I urged Alan to speak the truth and to even consider a public third-party moderated video call with VGBC and or BTS to hash things out. It's a fair suggestion. Enjoyed my journey with Panda and Panda Cup over the years. Pretty sure everyone at Panda did. Oh, he's just talking about his time there. This isn't for or against Alan. Thanks the resub, Greasy. It seems like a lot of people just want to talk. Yeah, it feels like since all of this has happened and the lid's already been blown wide open, everyone's coming forward with their experience with Alan, and right now every single one of them has been negative, and each one is corroborating the others, even from unrelated TOs. They're all sharing extremely similar experiences negatively about Alan. So far, there hasn't been any positive accounts of his character. His wife just tweeted. Yeah, I already went through the Bobak thread. Supporting is a death sentence? No, not really. Like I saw, I think it was Coney. Coney was like, I never really had any reason to believe Alan was anything other than nice. I had a good experience with him. That said, terrible situation, and then talked about all of the people coming forward with their horrible accounts of him. Like, there's of course going to be people that had good experiences with him. There absolutely will be. But those people are not the TOs, the people that he was directly communicating with in like a business capacity. He's the prime bread and Cinta. Is the resub panic attack? Yeah, I already watched the Kadoran clip. I'm pretty sure I've seen everything now. It's fucking 2:30 a.m. I don't think there's gonna be any more like big statements coming out. But yeah, this was a lot to take in. This was a pretty wild development here.